Madam, we are almost on time now, 11 o'clock. We have around 35 participants. So shall we wait or we may start the program? Waiting for a response time.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
am I audible?
Madam. Yes, madam.
So I couldn't hear Siddharth at that time. I'm in another office, so the net is not very good. Is it time for me to speak? Hello.
Madam, we have around 40 participants as of now. So, shall we wait for another 5 minutes or we should start?
No, that
Uh,
is what I couldn't understand whether you have started or you have not
no, no.
started.
No, we
You
have not
have not
started
yet
yet.
started.
Yes,
Oh,
madam.
I think we should start.
Okay, madam.
Our resource persons are all present. Speakers
Yes,
are
madam.
all there. Huh.
Yes, madam.
All are present, no?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Uh, we can start.
Okay, sir. Okay, madam.
Okay, madam, then we are starting the program.
Okay.
Hello and welcome everyone to today's celebration of Vigyan Utsav as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I'm your host and moderator Siddharth Devnath, Scientist C, PIC ASTEC. Thank you all for taking the time to join us as we share, learn, and discuss about intellectual property rights today. And in order to make sure we are helping out to you as best as we can during the webinar, we also have a chat box to source your questions. Please feel free to drop your relevant questions on the topics of the resource persons. And also you can share your struggles and experiences. We'll try to respond to them at the end of each session. We are also live on YouTube, so please feel free to share the link with your loved ones. So without further ado, let's start with the program. At first, we have the inaugural welcome address by Srimati Kimi Sengsan, ACS, Director ASTEC. She is also the Additional Secretary to the Government of Assam Science, Technology and Climate Change Department, the Director of Directorate of Science and Technology, and also the Director of Guwahati Planetarium. So we specially thank her for taking the time out of her busy schedule to join us and open this webinar. Over to you, madam.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. A very good morning to everyone on today's Vigyan Utsav. I'm really happy to share with you all that ASTEC has been able to successfully celebrate Vigyan Utsav under the State Science and Technology Program of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, with a month-wise theme program for the past year in line with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In this regard, I thank all the renowned speakers and participants who took out their valuable time and join us to be a part of the program. My heartiest welcome to uh, Ms. Rajashree Sharma, partner and GI Corporate Law Group, Delhi, uh, Ms. Paramita Saha, Sri Manoj Kumar Das, and every one of you. I'm really happy to, uh, we welcome you all. We are organizing the 12th Vigyan Utsav program on the theme Intellectual Property Rights. Intellectual property rights, we all know it refers to the creation of the mind that are novel, unique, and have commercial aspects. Such creations make life easier for the people and also contribute to the technology development and economic upliftment of a country. Intellectual properties are recognized and registered under various acts of a country that protect the owners from unauthorized manufacture, use, sale, or copying. These rights are known as intellectual property rights, and there are seven recognized forms in India. Uh, Patents for inventions, design for industrial design of articles, trademark for new and distinct marks in trade, geographical indications for recognizing famous goods from a geographical location, from semiconductor IC laid out rights for rights to farmers and in varieties of plants and copyright for literary, artistic, musical and related works. These IPRs provide a legal system to safely commercialize the IP so that the owners can reap benefits from their creations and from their invested time, money, and intellect. The Patent Information Center of ASTEC is a public IPR support and felicitation center in the public domain for all sections of society. It has highly experienced manpower with direct contact and delivery with state innovators. Till date, it has filed 90 patents and 64 IPRs. It has created IPR awareness through 396 IPR workshops and camps, reaching over 67,000 participants all over the state. It is the proud proprietor of the first GI of the state Muga silk of Assam. It has 7 IPR cells set up at universities of the state to function together in the field of IPR. The PIC has been awarded as a special citation as the best PIC in the country in the National IP Awards 2020, and it has been able to reach over 2,500 innovators of the state. With this, I once again welcome each and every one of you to Vigyan Utsav. Today is the last of our program. We have been having this program since last year, and I thank everyone for making it happen, for making it to this final stage of this program. And I request each and every one of you to kindly stay till the end of the program and make this webinar a success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam, for your kind words and for opening this webinar. We thank you for your presence among your busy schedule. Now we can proceed with the session, starting with the keynote address. Today we are very grateful to have with us Ms. Rajashri Sharma, who is a very renowned patent and GI attorney from Corporate Law Group, New Delhi. She is also very passionate about environment and wildlife and has done many remarkable IPR related works and special emphasis on the wildlife. Her background is life sciences with expertise in biotechnology. She is active in social work and also working for senior citizens under the aegis of Healthy Aging India, which is an NGO created by the AIMS doctors, and she is also president of the organization. She did a lot of projects with JICA, US government, and Traffic International, and also she had helped us during the Muga silk of Assam GI matters, and also has been an advisor to us on IPR matters regarding GI, patent, and other forms. So here with us we have Ms. Rajashri Sharma, madam, to kindly, and I request her to kindly deliver her keynote address. Over to you, ma'am. Madam, your microphone seems to be off. We are not getting your audio, ma'am.
Now, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me now?
yes, madam. You're clear, madam. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you and namaskar. Uh, it is a privilege for me to be a part of this Vigyan Utsav under the aegis of Amrit Mahotsav. And thank you for having me in this gathering and to talk a few things about patent and GI. I will touch upon the practicability and law of patents as well as GI. But to start with patents, I want to Siddharth, please tell me if I cross, 10 minutes or 20 minutes as the time is, prescribed.
Yes, madam. No problem.
So to start with patents law, there are, we can see a lot of differences in the law and the practice. So to start with the origin of patent system, I just want to say that the Venetian Statute of 1494 is the foundation of the modern patent law system in the world. Because in 1494, the Venetian Statute was laid down legally and with the same novelty, utility, and non-obviousness were enshrined in that patent statute, which is now also the same criteria for patentability in the modern patent law system. So from that Venetian Statute, we had come to the modern form, and you may be aware of the TRIPS under WIPO. India is a signatory of TRIPS. So in the TRIPS agreement, it's a multilateral agreement to ease the international trade, investment, and technology transfer, as well as it has the they have set a minimum standard for the countries to set their own rules and regulations for what we have the IPR laws in different categories. So this TRIPS was enforced in January 1995, and India got, as a developing country, 10 years of interim time to introduce a product patent regime, because before that we had this only process patent in practice. So when we became the signatory, we also have a history of evolution of Patents Act in India, because our Patent Act is based on the British Patent Act 1852. So first Patent Act was introduced in India in 1856, and then after lots of reforms and refinements, we got a consolidated Patents Act in 1911, and then finally in 1970 we got the Patents Act 1970, on which we have again different reforms and amendments to have this Patents Act of 2005. In 2005, we have introduced this product patent regime. We have a Patents Act and rules, and also a manual for the controllers to examine the patent applications, but still we are actually very low in our filing procedure. But why we are so low? There are many reasons, but then we have to think about how to improve our patent system and how to have the more feasibility, practicability of the law to use by more people in filing patents. So there's a need for reforming the IPR ecosystem, and in this case, what happened actually to strengthen the IPR regime has received a further significance when Government of India has started with Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. Also, actually, it was realized because during COVID pandemic, it was leveraged the IPR system, like we have our own vaccine, Covaxin, and also the artificial intelligence manipulated apps like Arugya Setu and Cowin. So it was a kind of jog in our innovation system. So this Make in India has boosted many areas like startups and MSME, because as you may be aware of the startups, if the startup is registered in the stand-up initiative or startup initiative by the government of introduced by the government of India, then you get lots of benefits in filing patents. The startups patent filers have the benefits of reducing the cost by 80%, and also the procedure for which actually people are reluctant to file patents because it's a long procedure. It takes 5 to 6 years to get a patent granted. So in this startup filing procedure, only it takes 12 to 18 months. And I have seen a curve going up in filing patents in India in very recent years. So why we need to reform the IPR ecosystem? We have to have the IPR ecosystem for our research and development should be consistent with the public interest and economic growth. As we know, that Patents Act is substantive and it has some procedural constraint all the time, because it is governed by procedures, rules, then manuals, and it is it is not a uniform practice when the patent applications are examined. So there is a need of IPR regime in India to be supported by a strong, appropriate policy measures so that it contributes to the promoting of entrepreneurship, innovation, economic development, and wealth in the country. So we have to create wealth, and IP tool is a major, I think, is a major mechanism to have the economic boost in India. There is, you may be aware of nodal agency. It is called, earlier it was called DIPP, now it is DPIIT, is Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. It is under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and they are actually the nodal department to have facilitate this startup filers as well as other policy related to boost IP awareness, to boost IP filing, etc. I also forgot to mention one thing. If a startup is granted with a patent, then the state governments, also the central government, will actually help to manufacture the final product of the patented product, and also they are rewarded by financial incentives like up to 10 lakhs. The Karnataka government gives 10 lakhs for a foreign patent and 2 lakhs for a domestic patent, and also 75% will be paid while the filing of the patent, and then rest of the 25% will be paid later. So the IPR policy actually included with GI, with trademark, with everything. Actually, they have these financial incentives have been introduced. So if I hope that all are aware of this and take the maximum benefit out of it. So now I just want to talk about why India is less in filing patents. I tried to find out the root causes. One is the reason for lesser filing of patent applications is low expenditure in the research and development sector, because we are actually India is actually 0.1% they spend in research and development. On top of that, the business communities, they are not focusing on IPR and research and development. So this is and also innovation, and this is one of the reasons that the filing is low in India. Then education system is also suffers for shortage of funds in research and development. government institutions as well as private institutions. Always, we have the low investment in R&D, and that is one of the reasons that the filing of patents is actually low. However, government is now taking care of this by pushing startups, MSMEs, etc. So I think in near future, we will grow steadily, maybe slowly but steadily. Then another is that lack of awareness about IP. Still, we are actually not aware fully about the benefits of IP registration. Basically, the MSMEs, because the patent filing procedure is the prosecution part is so long, and also the high investment in converting this the patented product into a marketing tool is actually difficult, and therefore these reasons actually I think keeps away MSME from the from this innovation and IPR system. And now, as the government has taken some measures for MSMEs also, I think they receive a certificate and then they get some benefits with training, and also financial incentives are there. So maybe it will grow more. So how to, what is the benefits of increasing research and development? Like we know China, US, Japan, Germany, then South Korea. They have the highest patent filing and granted so far. And one thing we came to know about China, that they are involving the state, the local bodies in strengthening IPR and filing IPRs, and therefore they have the largest filing. They are number one in the patent filing in the world. Next is USA. So, I was talking about that a parliamentary standing committee for commerce, who actually reviewed and recommended a lot of things on IPR regime, and they want major changes in the Patents Act and also in the IPR policy. So they mentioned about this as well, that we should involve state governments more into the IPR policy. If the state governments are involved, then there will be more benefits to the IPR regime, and also there will be more filing from the states. Like in the Northeast, we are so biodiverse rich areas, so we can be a biotech hub if we have enough R&D centers, and also if we make aware of the local people, the scientists, the educationists, and also the research and educational institutions. So I will mention about this PSC. I will call it PSC in short form. They have actually advised a lot of, they recommended a lot of good things in their report. So one. So they found out that this because lack of awareness and lack of the knowledge of pursuits and the scientific guidance is not much. Therefore, the people who has the product in their hand with novelty, they don't know how to find the novelty, because it is again you need the scientific guidance and also the knowledge of pursuit. Pursuit of knowledge, sorry, and so. To determine that, it is a difficult situation for the creators, and therefore, the lack of awareness is there, and therefore this novelty of that creative work is not found, and they don't file for the IP. Nevertheless, though we have this low filing or whatever, we have seen some promising growth in the recent years, because now in the world, India is the 7th country to file patents. China is number 1, United States is 2nd, Japan is 3rd, but we are under 7th. Actually, in 2019 to 2020, the domestic filing of patents was only 36% of the total filing. and the rest of the 64% of filing was done by the foreign entities. So that was a concern, and this concern was taken very seriously by Parliamentary Standing Committee, and they said that how to accelerate this filing of the patents. Despite all these negativities, we have seen that in the patent filing, both increased in number of patents filed and also year-to-year percentage growth. So that is a good sign, and I attribute this to this Make in India startup filing patent is one of the causes, because I know that startup is doing a very good filing trend in India. So, and this is one of the reasons that from time to time the policy was reformed, and then simplification of the procedure of prosecution of patents, then growth of startup scene, and also the flow of FDI. So as per when I said that India is the 7th in the world is on the basis of the WIPO report 2021. So how to what is the way forward? Well, I mentioned about the training programs and the awareness, which will include training programs and workshops, especially MSMEs, because startup has its own incubator and all. I know in Guwahati there is a very well designed startup incubators cell. So this MSMEs, also the small tradesmen and also the artisans should be included in this training program, and it should be not only just awareness, it should be a lesson to inculcate the scientific temperament and knowledge to find the novelty on their own. It should be the training program on the basis of the inculcating the scientific information and how to find novelty in their own products. Then creation of IP fund, because I think this IP fund will incentivize also to strengthen the IP system. Places like the Northeast, the Assam, and also the other areas where we have rich in culture, in traditional knowledge, in biodiversity, in everything, because it will have the transfer of benefits to the local people, and also it will encourage the intellectual property rights regime. Then I again come back to this JPC, Joint Parliamentary Committee recommendation. They have recommended artificial intelligence generated works and artificial intelligence solutions. We know that nowadays our life is run by AI, isn't it? So they said that why not we change the section 3K, this mathematical methods and algorithms should be amended, because this is not patentable, and the process linking mathematical applications and algorithm applications in computer programs, and also this will give a process to find to come into a tangible technical device. So that should be patentable subject matter, and they advise to change that, to amend that 3K, or add another section in the Patents Act to include AI-derived learning and machine learning, and inventions related to AI, or the mathematical methods applications and algorithm method applications in the form of process patent should be encouraged. So I don't know about artificial intelligence, because there are so many court cases have come to in the US court, because in US also AI is not allowed to be patented. However, this process of applications in the form of a tangible technical device is patentable in EU, European Union, and US. Then there is another thing, the Patent Prosecution Highway, PPH. It is an initiative amongst nations, leading by Japan, to harmonize the examination system around the world to escalate the patent prosecution. Generally, if you file a PCT, it takes a lot of time, in different, well, longest time is in India, but then, so this will help to harmonize to examination. Then the examination report will come easily. And sharing information, this PPH, this patent prosecution highway, will actually facilitate to share information between patent offices and harmonize the examination process. So this is also again this Parliamentary Standing Committee said that we should do something like that. Then I come to my opinion, because as I have seen somebody has asked, is there any possibility of having amendments? Yes, there will be an amendment of patent because on the basis of Parliamentary Standing Committee to ease out, to facilitate more patents filing. So as just one second. So what I have seen is we also from our for our client as well as from our office, we have proposed an amendments. We are yet to submit them, but what we suggest apart from this, in alignment with JPC said that patent section 3 of the Patents Act mentioned about the non-patentable subject matter. There they said that why we can't patent non-living substance. Till now, living substances were allowed, but then it is so restricted because apart from microorganisms, it is very difficult to to patent a living organism. So they said that we should include non-living substances as well. So it will be definitely amended. It has to have the amendment to put non-living substance as subject as patentable subject matter. Here, what I have seen is patent. If non-living substances are patentable subject matter, then protein, then amino acids, gene, and also the ore from the nature. Then diamonds and all those stones found in nature can be patentable because not per se, but with substantial human intervention and with value addition, with isolation, purification. We know about cut diamond, uncut diamond, and so many stones in different cuts. So in nature, you don't find like that because, you have to have human intervention. So if there is substantial human intervention and it has, value addition, then it should be patentable. We agree to that because if this non-living substances are patentable, then definitely it's a economy boosting measures by having IP rights. Then JPC also mentioned about one is AI. Then they mentioned about utility model. In India, utility model is not patentable and use claims are not patentable. So if utility model is patentable like US, then we will have more and more and more patents because it is easier and it is just the functional part of the product is patentable. So I think they have recommended the right way, and I actually like their spirit. They have understood how to boost the IPR regime and also the economic environment. Then we also asked for the proposed amendment is section 4. Section 4, because there it is not patentable subject matter, the atomic energy for defense purposes. Atomic energy for defense purposes per se is not patentable. We agree to that, and it needs secrecy directions. However, nowadays, atomic/nuclear energy is a part and parcel of people's life. It has maximum societal benefit. We use radioactive substances for detection, diagnosis, imaging, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, and also as a catalyst, as in a pharmaceutical composition, water treatment, then agriculture. Because radioactive substances in certain amounts is used in everywhere. So if the patent is given to this, atomic nuclear energy per se, not per se, which related to the societal benefit, it should be allowed. Uh, Atomic energy for defense purposes will stay the same. It will have this, it will have the secrecy directions and a very strict review by the central government, by the Atomic Energy Department, and also by the controllers of patent offices. So that is one we wanted to have a kind of streamlined and uniform procedure to allow atomic oblique nuclear energy used for societal benefit to be patent eligible. Then one more thing in patent I want to say about, first discovery. There is a sentence, mere discovery versus first discovery. So mere discovery is just you acquire from nature and you don't do anything, that is not patentable. But if it is the first discovery, we again manipulate with our substantial human intervention with sufficient disclosure to become a new novel product, then it should be patentable subject matter, because it will help in the Northeast also. One day Northeast will also come up as a big biotech hub, and then we can use this for the first discovery of from nature, but not per se, but you have to have human intervention and you have to bring into a novel product. So we actually propose that amendment as well. Then finally, Section 10(4) of the Patents Act, which mentioned about biological material to be disclosed in the patent application. Now, the biological material is ubiquitous in nature, and it is commercial. Most of them are commercially available as well. So once the patent application is filed, then there should be a disclaimer that this is commercially available and bought from here and there. Then it should be actually, there should not be any objection to refuse a patent. Because it is very difficult to find the geographical origin. Because see, if I get something from Assam, biological material, then somebody, even my neighboring countries like China, Tibet, Burma, Nepal, Bhutan, the Southeast Asia, we share the same vegetation. So anybody can raise an objection that no, this is found in, it is the geographical origin is China or Burma or Nepal. So if there is another system that accession number is given to deposit in a depository institutions, if you collect it from nature or from any research R&D institutions. So if you deposit it in the depository, then there is no question. Generally, it doesn't arise any questions. But mostly in biological material, there is objections. Therefore, we have said that we should, it should be, they should streamline the procedure and uniform in practice so that they don't raise objections if it is commercially available in the market. So this is for the patents patent practicability and law. So it is in the right direction, I feel. And after the amendments, if amendment happened, as the Parliamentary Standing Committee wants, and also they will take the views from the stakeholders if they agree to this, and definitely we will get a new amended Patents Act, which will actually facilitate for patent filing for everyone, who has a novel idea, which has a industrial application capability and also non-obvious. Now, Siddharth, do I have time?
Madam, it is actually very interesting. We want to continue for hours, But
Uh-huh.
yes,
Well, no, I
we
just want to say a few, just two lines about geographical indications.
please, ma'am, please, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. So just that geographical indication, as we know, it's a combination of biological and physical environment and all that stuff. Everybody, I think, knows about geographical indication. I will not go into details about this. Only thing I want to say that we were the applicant's attorney for Muga Silk of Assam. It was registered in 2007. And during that time, actually, we had provided such strong proof of origin as historical records, which dates back to 321 BC. So if you have a strong historical records and proof of origin, along with the geographical conditions and uniqueness and the soil texture, topography and everything, then you will get the geographical origin mark, because sign, because I came to know that ARI did not get geographical indication sign registered. I think if I don't know who takes the initiative, should refile again with very strong proof of everything, because when we faced this expert committee for Muga silk, the expert from Karnataka, he said that we tried creating an environment in Karnataka to raise Muga, I mean eri, but the same glaze texture didn't come. This is your product. This is Assam's product only. Please go ahead and file a GI. But then somebody filed, maybe I don't know that. But what it is the reason, that also it's not known to me. Secondly, I want to say that once the GI is registered, it doesn't mean that GI registered, it's done. No, you have to maintain the quality. You have to check the quality. The quality control is number one. And we should take the example of Darjeeling tea, because they have set up the watch agency around the world to check the conflicting marks, and they fought 15 cases, infringement cases, and they won in all of them. Like Bulgari, a high end designer uh, designer, they also tried to infringe Darjeeling tea as one of the perfume, but then they had to submit to Darjeeling tea board, and tea board won the case. So to stop adulteration, consumer deception, damage of reputation, then misuse of the in this case, I'll talk about Muga silk. We should actually create the enforcement body working very strictly and stringently, like Darjeeling Tea is doing. They also introduced a trade chain management system for surveillance and monitoring of the supply chain. And they address the traceability every day. They keep record of data, every data, like the on plucking of tea leaves plucking, then area where the tea is plucked, then manpower used, green leaf transfer, daily processing records, and dispatch records. And they say that the Darjeeling tea left this show today is actually the GI tag Darjeeling tea. So we should do the same thing with Muga silk of Assam, because nowadays we hear 50-50 Muga, 50 toss, 50 Muga. This should be avoided for quality control, and this should be done by the enforcement agency. I think it is there and they are working. And one good news I want to share on GI is we have received, Muga silk has received the classification. It is very important to have the classification registered, because earlier Muga was included with all the silks. It was not differentiated. Now, Muga has the method of standardization, and this is under the natural protein fibers, and standard is IS 166 1981 method for identification of textile fibers. So the wool has from different locations, from different sheep and goats. They have this standardized method, and then only it becomes a premium quality yarn or a product, and keep the integrated value chain of muga. It is very necessary. The foreign buyers, they don't never wanted to buy the muga because they said that there is no standardized how to check muga, that it is so different in everything from the rest of the silk. So this is a good news I wanted to share. So now at least who are into muga business can use this IS method for identification set by BIS. So this is what I wanted to talk about, geographical indications. As Assam has so many geographical indications so far in the Northeast also. So I hope that they maintain the quality control, quality and reputation, goodwill of all the items to have the economic value and commercialization. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your wonderful presentation. We learned a lot about patents, the act, the amendments, and your initiative in the matter of patents. And also thank you for taking the initiative of GI matters. Especially, you are always linked with us through Muga from the times when we met before. And thank you for providing us with all the support from your side. We'll definitely have you in the future, and I hope all the participants have benefited from your keynote address. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Do we have any questions, Dipamani?
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can put forward.
We had one question regarding amendment of the Patent Act. I think that has already been answered. So thank you for that, ma'am.
Yeah, there will be amendments on the basis of the report and recommendation made by this Parliamentary Standing Committee for Commerce and Industry.
Okay, madam, we have one question from our PIC side that most of the people, especially the youngsters in the education institutions, they are coming up by designing various Android and Apple Store mobile apps. So normally those as such are not patentable, and we are supporting them to get registered as copyrights. So can you just throw a light about us how we can proceed and how they can benefit if they still get to patent, like the steps of their or the methods of their application softwares that they have been developing?
Well, in case of computer programs, as we know that it is most of the things are not patentable, but if one claims the system, the software in a system like semiconductor circuits, and also if the application, as I mentioned, that mathematical application or algorithms, because mostly this is algorithms, and it gives a new technical device, a tangible technical device, then it can be patentable subject matter. Only thing is that, it has to, as we know that software embedded in hardware is patentable. But recently I know that from the startup, I mean, they got this integrated circuit, that system. If as a system they claim, it may be patentable. And also how you draft a patent is very important. It's very important. The words, what you use, the skill in the art and the skill in the drafting is equal actually. So it depends. It's a case-to-case basis. So, I mean, you should always, make them, easier, I mean, facilitate. And if it is not patentable, then definitely it will be copyrighted. So it depends that we should know about, the invention. If I see the invention, I can say that it is patentable or not. So nowadays, actually, most of the many, like not like before. Earlier it was very strict, but it is now they are a little flexible, little lenient. So you are tell them that to file a patent, and as you are a very good drafter, you may help in drafting also.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you for your time. You are also very busy, we understand, and
Yes.
it's good to listen to you.
Thank you.
And in the future, we'll definitely hold more sessions, and we'll give you more time to share the whole knowledge that
Thank
you
you.
have.
No, I
Thank
had
you.
taken most of the time, I understood, but once you start, you cannot finish.
We are honored to have you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I take leave.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So now we move to the next part of the program schedule, and it will be a presentation on IPR ecosystem in Assam, and from the perspective of PIC ASTEC. Uh, I would like to present on behalf of PIC ASTEC regarding this presentation. So IPR ecosystem in Assam, this will be from a perspective of PIC ASTEC. Assam in Northeast India. We are very grateful to have boundaries with our fellow states, that is Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, and also Tripura, and also Sikkim. We have nearby Bhutan. So why I'm telling you this? Because if you come to number 2 point, that is because of these boundaries, because of these different types of states, their climatic conditions, agroclimatic zones, we are blessed with a tropical and humid climate. Mainly, we have the cold fronts from the Himalayas at the north, and remember, we get storms. Say there is a low pressure in Bay of Bengal. We get in the news, and there is a big storm. So that is also something. It's also beneficial plus destructive too. And we are also influenced under the western disturbance. Sometimes during the winter seasons, we get in the news there is a western disturbance. So there'll be cold, there'll be rain. So Assam has got a very unique location in the whole earth because we are surrounded by hills, plains, valleys, and also forests. So what does it has to do with innovations? Remember our forefathers when the technology was not so advanced, we had a lot of innovations going on around in and around the state. Examples I have given such as a hand fan. The hand fan that we in Assamese we call Bisoni, that has got a unique advantage to it. If you just remember or you have it with you, how it creates a very cool breeze. And it's manual, it's hand, and it's well balanced so that you can rotate it for hours without not even getting tired. In contrast, if you go to the hand fan, which is developed by the Chinese, it's a foldable type. They use it like this. But that, and if you compare to our Assamese hand fan, how innovative it is. There are other such things such as you can now this hand fan has come from the requirement of being a hot and humid climate. Even today now it's almost 33, 34 outside. So we are in need of that hand fan. Similarly, talking about the utensils, the headgear, we have got a japi. That is a traditional one. That japi is also similarly used in Vietnam. We know it. But what is the difference between the innovations of an Assamese japi over the Vietnam? Yes, it is used in fields by the farmers to protect from the rain and also from the sun. But remember, there are some specific design of the Japis in which they can direct the water very, in a proper way, and also the comfort of the head. These are all traditional innovations due to the requirement of the placement of Assam in the map of the earth. We have other innovations such as in the clothing. Assam had a lot of big cotton industry. We have a silk industry, and also there are bamboo and cane articles. There is a huge industry going on in bamboo and cane articles. And you can see not only for the design functions, design can be done by other people also. But what about a bamboo bottle, which looks good, which has got a good design to it, but also holds and keeps your water cool because bamboo provides much more insulation than even a plastic bottle. And it is also a natural thing, so your water remains very much fresh. Similarly, we have got blades and knives. One of the traditional innovation is the Koronga Kotari, the blade of Koronga area. So that these traditional innovations are due to very much what we have got in due course from our innovators due to the region. We also have other things such as carriage bags, storage, preservations, and also brewing. The IPR prospects in Assam. One of the most important prospect is the herbal formulations. We are getting a lot of applications in Assam related to extraction of some biomolecules, some compounds from various researching, the plants, even from our currently neem. Neem has been experimented a long time ago. Still, we are getting applications and also information from our own state universities. We are still extracting new things out of that. Roots of the neem plant. So here, the herbal formulations, because we are rich in the areas related to plantation and forest cover, that is one of the greatest IPR prospects in Assam. We are also in tools and equipment. Tools and equipment in our office, we have seen a scheme is there where innovation, technology, generation, awareness. By using that scheme, people can apply to us, and we can give the fund to develop their innovation. And we have got a lot of tools and equipment coming out from that scheme. This shows itself the prospect of mechanical inventions from Assam. There are from animal rearing like cows, goats, pig, birds, the how an improved caging area for pigeons. Those are things that have come from Assam. In case of agriculture, we have got some cereal innovators from Lakhimpur. We have got Mr. Saikia is there, then Borwa is there. So they are developing, say, a de-seeder, then the seeding device, transplanting device, and other innovators have got a lot of field in case of agriculture. We are currently also working on an agricultural invention related to tea plantation. Regarding handicrafts, textiles, and weaving, we have got weaving a lot of patents from Assam, granted patents. Sri Dulal Chaudhary, he had developed a new process for weaving, specially Muga silk in a automated loom. Those are the patents that we have received. We have also received patent by using drying of tea leaves by using microwave. From Tezpur University, a lot of patents have been filed. And nowadays, since the institutions are opening up to various the technological marvels of the world, Assam is not at the bottom. It has come up not only in the state, we have also filed a lot of international PCB applications regarding all these features and the classifications. I want to share a little about the historical linkages of the inventions. Earlier, Assam, before the ring of almost like over 1,000 years, we had got this Kamarupa region. And in that Kamarupa region, there was a specific, like a department, which is known as the Kamarupa science. I've gone through it and found that there are many marvelous inventions, traditional ones. One I would like to share, that is an inverted flame lantern. And this was used in here during especially in reconnaissance missions sometimes by the soldiers and also by the farmers in their fields at night when to look for insects or other animals to guard their fields. In this lantern, if you see, if any lantern, there is a wick, and the wick glows with a flame, and that flame spreads out light all over the top portion. As a result, if you take the lantern like this, we also get a glare in the eye. But in the Kamarupa science, a lantern was developed where the flame was inverted. Yes, it is just like if you invert the lantern, and that worked because we had the fuel supply source at the top and the flame at the bottom. So when you take it at night, you do not get the glare, but all the area beneath your head would be illuminated. This is one of the marvelous innovations from Kamarupa science. And secondly, we come to know about the gold mining industry. This was from the research where we have done from PIC ASTEC when we filed the GI application of Assamese jewelry. And we found that during the Ahom rings, we had a river which is called Swansiri River. And in the river, it was industry was set up for gold mining. An interesting fact I want to share with you also, that it is said in some books and some old scriptures that there are tons of gold have been buried near that Swansea River in some by some Ahom king. So if some explorers out there among the participants, you may also get into that. A few of the civil construction things. In Assam, we have got say Ronghor, Karanghor. If you can see how they are constructed. From the outside, you might see that it is just a brick, cement, mortar. It is not. What is the type of the adhesive used? Those are all some historically inventive days. So if we can see, we also have got a silk industry. Silk industry, they say it came from China. No, it has emerged in India and in Assam only. Because during the time of the Ahoms, as earlier Madam said, that we had got history over 321 BCs. In Kautilya's Arthashastra, it was written about Muga silk. So from the time immemorial, Muga silk was, even though it's a wild variety, it was domesticated, and we got the silk just like gold, then silk, and it was put into industry. Hence, we can say we are all the Assamese people that we have in this area. It also includes the states of the Northeast too. We have our forefathers were real inventors of the world. Next, a very famous inventor for Assam, who is known as Colonel Guru Prasad Das. In the 1930s, he developed a seamless coil brake. He had got patents and also in those, and also heat meter, cut-off control gauge, and boiler safety valve. These were all related to railways. Before that time, before 1930s, no one in the world had a braking system for a train. So the train, when it comes and has to stop, it has to decrease its engine power and also use some mechanical linkages in order to reduce and brake. But with his invention, the train can be put into brake mode very near to the station. And also heat meter was invented to get the heat of the boiler, and also a safety valve. Before the steam engines, they had the boilers used to explode because sometimes due to the miscalculation, the pressure exceeded the actual pressure that the boiler can withstand. And this boiler safety valve is similar to what we have in our pressure cookers. So when a definite pressure is reached, the mechanical valve opens and it releases the pressure. He is also the first IRS in 1931, and he served as in the Calcutta municipality, worked also as a mayor. And later, his inventions were known to the British at that time. He was taken here from to England, where he worked in many companies and also invented many things from there. And he was appointed as a high official at the Department of Defense at Kanpur during World War II, and he retired as a colonel. He uh, he was at the defense when during his service period, and also he has a lot of degree. And it is said that he is the first mechanical engineer from this area. So we have Colonel Guru Prasad Das, an Assamese, and he is from the Borpeta region of Assam. Contribution to Assam patents. These are a few classes where we get a lot of patents from Assam. Grassroots innovators are the main subject matter, especially in case of PIC also. We have got farmers, students, entrepreneurs, inventors. they are constantly inventing and getting their IPRs protected. Next, we have got the education institutions, and now education institutions data is almost at par with grassroots innovators. We are getting so many inventions from the research projects, and these research projects are not only from SMS people. We are getting all those who people, they come to study from outside Assam, and we are very welcome. They come and join with us with our culture and invent new things, and also get the patents ready and others. And we have a small portion also, we are getting innovation from industrialists. There are many industrialists in Assam, and manufacturing units are set up. They are doing some innovations to improving it, and also getting many IPR recognitions in them. And we'll share one data, that is what are the inventors from the different northeastern states, and what is the earliest inventor till date. These inventors are one who had already filed a patent, either as an applicant or as an inventor. And you can see in the right side column that Assam had earliest inventors almost 994. This is in the recorded. And almost total we had 1091 inventors who had already filed patents. And also other states together, we have contributed a lot, almost more than 1500 inventors filing patents and other IPRs from the Northeast India. This is from my own personal research work data. And finally, the challenges. What challenges do we face from the state in order to increase IPR, also registrations? First is the proper disclosure of the invention. When inventors come to us, first thing is we need to know what they are inventing. No problem. We know SMS, Assamia Bhalke Janu. We also know other languages. But how to disclose the invention, that is the main problem. So this takes away much of the time. Once it is disclosed, yes, we can go for analysis, patentability search, and then file the patent. The language is another barrier. In SMS, there are some things which we have to again find out in English and to get a proper word for it, technical word for it. So we use books, engineering books, translators, and also SMS dictionaries to do the same. Third is accessibility to patent services. As of now, PIC is leading as a public service patent and other IPR facilitating center. We provide free of cost service. However, there are other agents, patent agents, and attorneys are also available. Nowadays, in Guwahati, there are some firms. However, you have to pay some professional fees. But most of the people come to us. We also have got a counterpart in the National Innovation Foundation Office. We have got in FICI also an IPR facilitating center. And I hope people are coming up sometimes. I think currently we are overloaded because we have got a lot of work to do. Next is the affordability. If you file a patent on an individual basis, a natural person, then if you file it offline, it costs 8,900 rupees, that is 9,000 rupees. Even we have found that some people are very difficult to even provide that 9,000 rupees. It's very difficult for them. But the invention, we have found it, it is patentable, we are going to file it, but what about the fees? So therefore, we have got a few schemes from ASTEC where people can apply. And it was told that, Madam also told that government is giving fund to those who are doing research on filing patents, domestic up to 2 lakhs and foreign up to 15 lakhs. But what about the grassroots innovators? I think we may have to think about a new scheme. We also had such a scheme in ASTEC, like ITGA, where we can directly provide fund to the innovators who actually they can afford to file a patent. Next is the motive of IP protection. Many people think that IP is everything is law, so they have to go to the court and all those things. So they think we don't need any protection. So it is our duty to tell them IP is not only law, but it is basically science, technology, and innovation. If you protect it, you will be protected by the law. And so please come forward for registration of this. Finally, commercializing. It is a challenge, but now we have Assam startup coming up very easy. We have got incubation hubs in IIT and Guwahati University, Tezpur University. They are also starting incubation hubs. Those students who want to commercialize their invention, who are studying, they can get into the innovation hub, just like we have got TIC in IIT and register startups and come up under new commercialization benefits. So this was a brief from the IPR ecosystem in Assam, and this presentation will conclude with a video we have made for you all to enjoy and to have a look at what IPR systems, what IPR people, and what are the achievements of PIC ASTEC from the state of Assam. Thank you. We will post and share the video now.
At the beginning of the 21st century, intellectual property rights had gained abundant importance in India due to the increasing patent and other IPR filings. The IPR movement had already begun in India, but the indigenous inventors, artisans and businessmen from all sections of the country and from all the nook and corner had to face a great deal of challenges, including the professional cost to file and register their IPRs. In an attempt to resolve it, an IPR facilitating mechanism was conceived by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, that established patent information centers at all the states of the country, providing free IPR support and facilitation to inventors creating indigenous IPR growth. The Patent Information Center of Assam was set up in 2003 under the Science and Technology Division of Assam Science Technology and Environment Council, ASTEC. Initially, a single manpower was provided along with patent search database with a set of 3 objectives: to consult inventors on patent and provide patent search reports, and then forward patent filing cases to Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, TIFAC, New Delhi. Later, the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India took a futuristic step and upgraded PIC Assam along with many other PICs of the country with scientific manpower, that is Scientist C, Scientist B, along with a set of 12 objectives for providing complete IPR support to the state inventors. The PIC Assam now has become an all-inclusive intellectual property rights (IPR) support and facilitation center in the public domain for all sections of society. It supports registration of patents, and continuous support is provided for resolving examination reports, hearing, maintenance post-grant and commercialization of the IPRs. It is the nodal agency for IPR matters to the state government of Assam. The PIC Assam has been able to support around 2,000 innovators of the state, consulting them and facilitating their work for IPR registration. The PIC has been able to contribute to the domestic patent filing and other IPRs like designs, trademarks, copyrights, etc. since its inception. Let us hear what the PIC beneficiaries have to say.
Namaskar, I am Sri Manoj Kumar Das, hailing from Hazur in the district of Kamrup in Assam. By profession, I am a civil engineer working presently at Public Works Department of Assam. My invention particularly deals in using the whole bamboo gum together with these bamboo splits to form a bamboo reinforcement case like this for construction of such load-bearing beams and columns with nominal use of steel. Just to build frame concrete structures like this for ensuring eco-friendly, sustainable development all the way. I am very much thankful to Assam Science and Technology and Environment Council for their esteemed guidance and financial aid provided to me. Also very much thankful to the Patent Information Center of Assam for facilitating me all the way to get the grant of patent for bamboo reinforcement.
Namaste, I am Vimal Kumar Sharma, a faculty member of the Department of Physics, Govt University, one of our research works that got a patent grant from Indian Patent Office last year, for which we received excellent support from the Patent Information Center of ASTEC. We have developed a key process to manufacture sputtering targets with dopant variations to develop indium-free transparent conducting oxides. PIC ASTEC has helped us in many ways, starting from the general patent search report, then patent drafting, revision, redrafting, and the the patent document, then the submission to the patent office.
The PIC also facilitates geographical indications, GI, registration of state traditional goods. The GI movement in the state was initiated by the PIC by registering the first GI of the state, GI number 55 Muga silk of Assam dated 2006. It has been supported by all the stakeholders like Department of Sericulture Government of Assam, Central Silk Board Government of India, Weavers Service Centre Government of India, Directorate of Handloom and Textiles Government of Assam, etc. There are around 286 authentic Muga silk producers of the state registered under the GI. There were many GI camps conducted to register the users. IPR awareness is also an important aspect of the PIC work culture. Such awareness is created through workshops, camps and providing IPR resource persons to various programs. It has sensitized around 63,000 participants and is reaching out more. PIC Assam has set up 7 IPR cells till now at various universities of the state to function together in the field of IPR. A special citation of Best PIC was conferred on PIC ASTEC during the National Intellectual Property Awards 2020 owing to its remarkable performance during a virtual ceremony held on 17 August 2021 by the hand of Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal. With over 90 patent filings and 50 other IPR filings and reaching out to over 2,000 innovators of the state, PIC of Assam is growing stronger to take the IPR movement forward. It has been supporting other Northeast India PICs to build and grow a strong contribution to the economy of the country.
Thank you, Snapper Shots, for creating this video in very short time. So, dear participants, I hope you've got a glimpse about what the work has been done from the state of Assam, and we hope to continue this good work in the future too. Now, let us move to the next part of our program. And next, we have got a lecture on evergreening of patents, the pros and cons, and this is delivered by Miss Paramita Saha. She is a registered patent agent and a facilitator under the Scheme for Facilitating Startups, Intellectual Property Protection SIPP under Govt of India. She is a well-renowned attorney also when she had handled a lot of cases regarding geographical indications, and she is the person along with others who has painstakingly taken the claim for registering the GI of Bangla Rosogalla. So here we are. We have got Ms. Paramita Saha. Over to you, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank you. Just a minute. I'll share my.
So distant. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, ma'am, it's visible. You may, if you like, you can put it in slideshow mode also.
Yeah, the screen is visible, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So it's really a great honor to see you be a part of this yeah, program today. So as it has been mentioned, I have to share evergreening of patents. So and its pros and cons. So basically, if we come to the concept of patent, it has already been shared by Madam, my previous speaker. So I'll just be fast on it. So as we know, patent is basically a monopoly right, and it has been granted for a certain period of time. So in India, it is maximum up to 20 years. So when we are talking about evergreening of patents, so it is actually to increase this extension time. So it's basically a technique for extending the term of granted patent in a jurisdiction that is about to expire, and in order to keep up with the revenue that we obtain through this patents. So if you look into this to make it more understandable, I'll just give an example that suppose a person A has a patent X and which will expire in 2030. So what he can do, suppose he would try to file with some new modification, a patent X, patent. I'll name it as a patent Y, and he may file it around in 2000. Suppose in 2028, just 2 years before the expiry of the patent in previous patent, that is patent X. So what happens? His patent right get extended up to 38. Plus, if he does it into 48, means from 2028 to another 20 years, that is 2048. So in this term, you could see that how he has extended his monopoly right from 20 years to another 18 years. So this is one example how a single product can be protected, can be, I would say, the right can be extended to a certain period of time. So it can be extended as much as superior product could be created, or it's some modification as such. So this may include this new patent application that I'm talking about. It may qualify all the criteria of patentability. It may also comprises with the best simple modification of in efficacy compared to that of the previous patent. So in this way, a single patent could be protected and its term could be extended. So if we talk regarding the evergreening of patent, it actually came into practice from 1984 from the Wexman and Hatch legislation. So I will not get deep into that. Rather, I will look into this pros of this evergreening of patenting patents procedure. So what happens if you elongate the time period of your monopoly right? Obviously, you could earn a lot from that. So your volume of sale increases with this term of monopoly, and obviously the income is very high in this regard. And for this reason, you will not be allowing the generic product to come into the market, and that will you can fight that competition in the market. But what are the cons of this evergreening? As I said, it is a technical strategy of filing patent and continue with the monopoly term of by filing a new patent based on the same product itself. So with this, what happens, as we all could understand, because when generic drugs, especially in the pharmaceutical domain, what happens when a generic drug is being produced, you can see the price of the drug is very much low, and it's dropped as much as 90% of the previous the protected or patented drug. So this basically doesn't allow the people to get the especially the poor patients or the elderly person who it becomes a very challenging for to get that drug in that amount, that price. So in this regard, we can say that the original patent, when it is expiring, it's better to go for allow a generic drug controller to um, manufacture the drug, so that common people who cannot afford the patented product can afford it. So it is very important, because as has already been shared by my previous speaker, that a lot of amendments are going on. In this regard also, a lot of discussions are going on, because we have to review our rules and all to actually eliminate these loopholes which undermines this balance between the legislative IPR rights and the imperative need to ensure the continuous flow of competitively priced generic medicines. So evergreening is, as you can very well see, that's an anti-competitive practice. So hence blocking patent evergreening will brings the basic relief for the poor patient who depends on these life-saving drugs, and for which we can ensure that this generic manufacturer use this section of Bowler provision that we have in the Patent Act, which allow them to perform drug manufacturer, allow the drug manufacturer to do experiment or do some research on any patented product for its better development, and then submit it to the Drug Control Authority. So that is allowed. And one of the most important thing that I want to share in this field of evergreening, that India also has a lot of case studies on this evergreening of patents. So one of the most debatable case that happened in India was with Novartis. So as you can already see in my slide, that Novartis has a cancer drug already already there in their name, and he tried to stop the generic production companies, generic drug producer, from making that by again filing a patent in of a new variety, new form of that particular drug. So that, but he, the Novartis cannot actually significantly prove the enhanced efficacy of the original efficacy of the new patent that they are filing, and therefore the thing has been refused under Section 3D. So this has become the center of debate in the patent circle, and as you know, that finally the Indian Supreme Court also refused the Novartis new patent. But the effort and the money they have invested for this production of for the research in this field of development and all that went into vain. And with this, some other cases are also there where the same thing happened. Through Section 3D, we can prevent the second use filing Pfizer's one of the drugs of Pfizer to be into form. It is not only in our country, also in UK, where the second medical use is also not allowed. So with this you can see there are many other cases where the our Patent Act has helped us to block this evergreening of patent. But at the same time, as we are talking today about the pros and the cons, we have to think about all these sections, rethink, I would say, rethink about all this section where this Section 3D tax forces the company to focus on the effort on innovation and the hardcore research instead of just an incremental improvement. So that may keep a pressure on them. But at the same time, what happens, this pharmaceutical company will now think twice before investing money for research in India. Thereby, it's reduced the chance of the countries getting more advanced drugs. And in that is a very important question now. So that is how we think this area of evergreening of patent need to be properly balanced, and have to rethink, and as required, amendments are also required in this field. So with this, I will leave it to the house to ask any question and anything that you want to discuss regarding the evergreening of patents. Thank you. Hello.
Do we have any questions,
Yes.
participants? Dipamani, can you please coordinate this too?
Ma'am,
Yes.
how a patent is done? What is the procedure for patent?
You are asking how to file a patent?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you have an idea, you would draft it accordingly. Okay. So you need to first understand whether has a uniqueness, because newness is very important. One of the criteria of patent filing is whether the invention is new. Okay. So first we have to find out its novelty part, and then whether the subject is patentable or not. That is section 3, which contain all the section as mentioned by previous speaker, the section 3K, and what I just discussed, section 3D. These all comes under, these are all region where it is designed to actually set a boundary around your idea, which is patentable. Okay, so based on which you can proceed with your application. So after finding out that, you have to understand that you have a proper good inventive step, and with that, and if you have an industrial application of your product, then definitely you go and file it in the patent office. If you can file by yourself as an individual, or through a agent like us, or through some attorney in the law firms. So that is also been allowed if you give them the power of it.
Thank you, ma'am. It should be on online process, no?
If you have a digital signature, you can directly do it through online filing, e-filing, or if somebody on behalf of you does it, they have to go through online. Otherwise, you can do it individually. You can file offline also, no problem.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions, please, participants? You may take this opportunity to ask Madam. Madam, I have a question, a request actually. So since you had been engaged in facilitating the GI of Rasgulla, so can you just share a little bit of experience to the participants, how Rasgulla case came up, how you resolved it, how you got it?
Yeah, absolutely. So Rasgulla, basically, it is not about only Rasgulla, it's about any indigenous product. If you have proper evidence, that is very important. Evidence not less than 20 years. So you have to have an old evidence from 20 years publication, or some literary work or something like that. So if you have that, you are absolutely in a good position to get it. So in case of Rasgulla also, we have collected such evidence that it's directly connect the Bengal to it. And in this way, we have able to fight with the claim and we also done comparative study. We have collected Rasgulla from various regions of India, and we have done a chemical test and the texture test and everything to justify that it is different. That we have to actually prove the difference of Rasgulla done in West Bengal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. If we have do not any other question, no. So thank you, Ms. Paramita Saha ma'am, for your wonderful presentation on evergreening of patents. Thank you for explaining section 3D. Thank you for explaining it very beautifully. We have a mixed audience here. The participants, many are new to IPR, many are already conversant on IPR. So I think all of you have benefited from it. And thank you. We will definitely have you in the future. Thank you for sparing your time from busy schedule. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Moving on, we have the next program. The agenda is the geographical indications in Assam, benefits and challenges. This presentation will be provided by our own Dipamani Barsha, who is a project scientist in ASTEC. Innovators a lot, doing a lot of patent searches, almost 1,500 innovators. She is one of the main keys of PIC in ASTEC and also one of the great team members. So I invite Ms. Barsha to continue with her presentation. And also, during the presentation, we will also have an experience sharing from an authorized user, Mr. Hiral Kalita, who is live with us from Hualkusi. So he will be sharing and showing what benefits he have got after getting the registration to use the GI logo of Muga Silk of Assam. So here you are. Over to you, Ms. Barsha.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Siddharth Devnath, for the introduction. So, hello everyone. I'm Dipamani Bushra, and have been working as a project scientist in the Patent Information Center, Assam, for more than 5 years now, and I have been involved in all kind of support that is being provided by the center. As we have already seen the video about our center and what we do. What are the support and consultation, everything that we have provided till now, and all the works that we have done. So today, on this occasion of the Vigyan Utsav, and the theme being the intellectual property rights, I have prepared a presentation on the geographical indication. The geographical indication, as we all know, is a very important type of IP. And I have shared my slide. I hope it is visible to everybody.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. So now I'll begin with the presentation. Okay, so okay, I'm just having a bit of, I'll just. Okay, so I'll just begin with the presentation. So the topic of my presentation is geographical indications of Assam, benefits and challenges. Now, at the very beginning, I would just like to give a small idea of what geographical indication is. So, okay, so I'm facing a bit of problem here, so I'll just pause for a minute. Okay. Okay, now I think my screen is visible now. Can anybody tell me if the slides are showing in the full screen?
Yes, it is full screen now.
Okay, okay, then I'll begin. Okay, so the topic of my presentation today is geographical indications of Assam, benefits and challenges. Now, to begin with, I will give a brief idea of what actually geographical indication is. So,
as going per the definition, it is called, that is a geographical indication is an indication. It can be a word, a logo, or a combination of a famous geographical area that is used in agricultural, natural, or manufactured goods to identify them as originating from that particular geographical location. Now, this is provided by the Act of the Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999, which was enacted for the main aim of geographical indication or registering a particular product as a GI is to forbid the passing off of duplicate or copied or the products which are not original or forged products in the market among the people. Now, for the main concept of GI is that when a particular good that is famous because of its particular maybe if it is a food product, maybe the taste of it or the flavor of it, it has a speciality in it because of the geographical area where it is coming from. Like for example, in the slide I have shown the Naga Mircha of Nagaland. So it is very well known that the mirchi is coming from Nagaland. When we hear about the Kashmiri Pashmina, whenever we hear the word Pashmina, the second thing that comes to our mind is Kashmir. So this particular product, which is famous or it is popular among the people, the reason is of it being originating from a particular geographical area. So there are many such other products. They can be it can be a natural product, a manufactured good, or any other agricultural product or handicraft product from any part of the country. So all these products that have a specific quality or identity associated with them from a particular geographical area, these kind of products can be registered as a geographical indication at the geographical indication registry, which is located at Chennai. So in the slides I have shown some products which I think we all have heard and we all know how they what they are famous for or from which particular area they are coming from. Now, moving on to the next thing is, okay, now we have known what a geographical indication is, but now why should we register a product as a geographical indication? So the benefits of registering as a geographical indication for any product is that, first of all, it ensures 100% purity of the product. That is, because it has to be maintained at a particular specification as per the GI code of practice. And the second thing is, as per the law, there should not be any kind of mixing with the product or any such thing is prohibited, and only the authorized users of the registered GI can sell the product. Now, these are very formal definition kind of things. I'll just simplify these things and just try to explain it in a simpler version. Like when we register a particular good as a geographical indication, the first thing that happens is that the particular object or that good is entered in the register of the geographical indication registry. So once it has been recognized as a geographical indication, the second process that comes is registering the authorized users of that particular product. Now, the concept is that when a product is famous for something, like when we say Naga chili from Nagaland, so whenever a person goes to the market to buy Naga chili, he is expecting that he is getting the chili which is coming actually from Nagaland, but not from other places, and just put forward falsely as coming from that particular place. So ensuring that that particular product is from Nagaland, like the growers, the farmers that are growing that particular chili in Nagaland, they are registered in the registry along with the product. Their names will be added in the register, and only those people can use the mark or logo that I've mentioned in the first slide, that it can be a logo or a mark or a word on any product. So only those people can use that mark on their product, and they can sell that particular, in this case, the Naga chili as Nagaland chili. So when you are going to buy the Naga chili in the market, and you see that particular mark on that product, you will be assured that this particular product is actually from Nagaland and it is not falsely claimed to be from that place. So you as a customer, you are 100% sure that this is pure, and as that particular product, its speciality is because it comes from that particular geographical area. So you can be assured that it is pure and it is what you are actually looking for. So that is the entire chain that comes, that it starts with the registration of the product at the registry. Then we register the authorized users, and then when a person goes to the market, they see the mark and they buy the product. So it's a very clean chain that ensures that all the customers are getting the actual product that they are looking for, and with all the purity and genuineness of that product. Now, moving on to the next is that, like I said, that we'll be discussing about the geographical indications of the state of Assam. So here I have provided the list of the products that have been registered as GI from that are originating from the state of Assam. At the very first comes the Muga silk of Assam, which our esteemed keynote speaker, Ma'am Rajeshri Sharma, has already said that she was also involved in the entire process. So the Muga silk of Assam was the first GI that was registered by an institution from the state of Assam. So it was registered in the year 2007. And we all already know the speciality of Muga silk, the color of it, the longevity of the fabric, the silk. The reason of it being popular or being in demand among the people is because of the color of it, the longevity of the silk, and its speciality comes because of the fact that it is grown, the cocoon is rare in the soil of Assam. Then similarly, there's another second. There is Assam Orthodox. It is the tea. It is the tea that is grown in Assam, and it was registered by the Tea Board of India. However, it is also registered because of the speciality that it has, and because of the reason it is grown in Assam, and it has some different qualities, or maybe the flavor or the color or the strength of the flavor. It is very different from the one that is from the Darjeeling tea. Like in India, we have two very famous type of tea. One is the Darjeeling tea, and the second is the Assam tea. So since both of these are tea type of tea products, but they come from different areas, so they have different type of taste, flavor, or color. They are all different in both the cases. So we have so the Assam tea has been registered as the Assam Orthodox, and Darjeeling tea has also been registered as a separate GI. Next, we have Assam Karbi Anglong ginger. Now, the Karbi Anglong ginger, it is very famous because of, again, the taste of it and also the size. The Karbi Anglong ginger is quite large in shape, like in size, compared to other gingers that we normally consume. I'll be sharing a slide where there are some, I have shared some pictures of those. Then next we have the Tejpur lychee. I think we all have heard about how delicious the Tejpur lychee is. The speciality of the how juicy it is, how the size is also very big. The seeds are small. So all these speciality, they come because of the soil that it is grown in, which is the soil of the Assam, the Tejpur. So that's why it has been registered as a GI. Then again, Johar rice of Assam, we all know. It is very well known for the aroma that it has, and again coming from Assam. Then we have Buka Saul. Buka Saul is again one kind of rice that can be cooked without keeping it on the flame. You can simply put it in a bowl of warm water or hot water, and after a few hours you can directly consume it. So there's no fuel required for cooking it. So it can have many, like there can be so many potential uses of this particular rice. We can all think of it. Then we have Chokwa rice of Assam. This is another form of rice that is grown in Assam again. So because of the speciality that this rice has, again it has been registered. Then we have the Kaji Nemu. Again, it is we all know it comes from the soil of Assam. Then we have Judima, which was recently registered, and this is a form of fermented drink that is produced in the Dima Hasao district of Assam. So I have just compiled few of the pictures here for all of you. You can see the ginger, the picture of the ginger. This is the Karbi Anglong ginger at the bottom left side. This is actually very large in size compared to other gingers that we get in the market. So, and again, the Muga silk fabric. This is the yarn of the silk that I have put in the center. Then we have Jawhar rice, Kaji Nimu, and Tejpur Lichi, we all know. So, at this, I would like to add one thing, that the reason that this particular products have a speciality or the demand or popularity in the market is because of the fact that it comes from a particular area. Now, I would just like to explain it with a small example. Like in case of the Muga silk, it is produced from a cocoon of a particular species, which is grown and it is cultivated in the som tree that are found in Assam. Now, if somebody tries and takes that particular cocoon and maybe he or she can take it to some other place, some other state of the country, and try to rear it and rear it and make silk out of it, he might be able to make the silk, but it won't have the qualities that the Muga silk has. The color of the fabric, the longevity, and this beautiful amber gold, the color is called amber gold. This speciality comes because of the climatic condition, the moisture, maybe soil moisture, the conditions of the soil, all of these things together, the weather conditions, everything together that is found here in Assam contributes to the very speciality of this particular silk. The color and every specification that it has, it is attributed to the soil of Assam, the climate and every other aspect, all these factors that lead to it becoming this particular beautiful silk, giving it the particular color and other specifications. So in this case, if somebody tries to take it somewhere else and try to produce it, then they might not be able to get this particular silk in that of that particular quality that we look for when we go to buy a particular product of a Muga silk. So this is the reason, and so these are the factors that actually affect these products, and that is the reason they are famous, because of that particular geographical area and the climatic conditions and every other factors that are hailing in that particular area, that gives this particular qualities to those products, and that is the reason they are registered as the product coming from this particular place. Like we say the Muga silk of Assam, we say Karbi Anglong ginger, or the Tejpur Lichi. So this is the reason they are connected, or they are linked with this geographical area. And somebody who wants to get a product or buy a product which is a GI, I would always suggest you to go and look for the particular mark on the product, so that you don't get disappointed after buying it. You might get some forged product, or you might end up getting some inferior quality product. So make sure that you look for that particular mark in the product, so that you can be assured that you have paid the actual worth of the product. Now, moving on to the next is obviously talking about the GIs of Assam. I would like to add a few points about the Muga silk of Assam, since we are the registered proprietor of this particular Muga silk of Assam GI. So it was registered under the name of Muga silk of Assam. It is a GI number 55 registered in the registry, and it came into effect from the 20th of July in the 2007. And it is registered by our Patent Information Center, ASTEC. Like I have already mentioned, that whenever we register a particular GI, there are two parts involved in it. The first part is the registered proprietor of the GI, that is registering the part A. In Muga silk of Assam, in case of Muga silk of Assam, the Patent Information Center, ASTEC, is the registered proprietor of the GI. So we have registered this in the GI registry. Now the second part, like I said, the cultivators or producers of the product, they come under the part B of the GI, that is the authorized users. And PIC, you'd be glad to hear that till now we have registered more than 280 authorized users of this particular Muga silk. of Assam, and it's still counting. There are many other applications that are still in the process, and number will be increasing. So I have already mentioned the reason of registering both of them in two different parts. The first is registering it as a product GI in the registry. Then the second part is registering the users who will actually be using that particular logo. Like I mentioned, the word or the logo that is used on the product can only be used by these registered users, nobody else. Even if they might be coming from this particular area, but they cannot use that product, that logo or that mark on their product, because they are not registered in the GI registry. So it is important that all the cultivators, the producers, register themselves in the GI registry, and after that they can use that mark and sell their products in the market with the claim that this particular product is pure and it is 100% genuine product. Now, this is just a small case of the Muga silk of Assam. I think the entire case in a short has already been discussed by our respected keynote speaker, so I won't be going into details of that. Now, moving on to the next part. So as already mentioned, that we have a experience sharing part by one of our registered user of Muga silk of Assam. He is Mr. Hiralal Kolita, and he is the authorized user number 2000. So he is one of the very earliest GI authorized user that was registered under the GI Muga silk of Assam. He has been associated with Patent Information Center from a very long time now. And so he is here with us today, and I would like him to share his experience of how he registered himself as a user, and what are the benefits that he has actually got because of registering as an authorized user, and also the challenges that he might have faced. So I would request Mr. Hiralal Kolita. Mr. Hiralal Kolita, I think you're there. I think your microphone is off. Can you please kindly unmute your microphone? Mr. Hiralal Kolita, can you hear me? Apnar mic to sage off hoye ase, mic to on kori log niki agote, off hoye ase sage.
Speaker to off hoye, microphone to off hoye ase.
Apnar microphone to off hoye ase. Hiralal Kolita damoria, apni hunise ne mon mattu? Hoy, apnar microphone to sage off hoye ase. Apni on kori logson microphone to.
তলৰ বুটামটো টিপি দিয়ক, স্পিকাৰ বুটামটো টিপি দিয়ক।
আপোনাৰ একদম তলৰ ফালে এটা মাইক্ৰফোনৰ সিম্বল এটা আছে, সেইটো টিপি দিয়ক তলৰ ফালে, স্ক্ৰিনৰ তলৰ ফালে। আপুনি ফোনৰ স্ক্ৰিনৰ তলত চাওকচোন, তাতে আপোনাৰ একে সাৰ্কেল কেইটামান বনোৱা আছে, তাতে মাইকৰ এটা ইমেজ আছে, এইটো এনেকে আপোনাৰ কাটি থোৱা আছে, বিকজ আপোনাৰ মাইকটো অফ আছে। আপুনি সেইটো প্ৰেছ কৰি দিয়ক, মাইকটো অন হৈ যাব আপোনাৰ। বা আপুনি হেডফোনডাল গুচাই দিব পাৰে যদি সুবিধা হৈছে আপোনাৰ। হেডফোনডাল খুলি দিব পাৰে আপুনি। হেডফোনৰ পিনটো
We are sorry, participants. I think Mr. Kalita is having some difficulties. My team is here and they are attending to it. Meanwhile, I request Mr. Hilal Kalta if you can kindly just, yeah, he will reconnect, no problem. He has been associated with us for a long time and a genuine trader of Muga silk, and he has, his business has grown a lot after getting the GI registered under the as authorized users. Now, the main thing is that in the case of a GI, there is always a fight between the people to get the GI registration. Now, let me tell you and share, and many of you already know it is not the case. Those who get the GI registered, they cannot use the GI or reap benefits out of it. They will only get the name along with some kinds of other benefits. So it is the authorized users who are there who will benefit from the GI. And hence, a GI is only for meant for the authorized users to use it in their product and to commercialize. So here we are, we have Hiral Kulta back again. He's loud and clear. And we'll have the experience sharing for him. Over to you, Mr. Kalita.
Namaskar. Hello.
Hi,
hello. Hi. Hunisa sir.
Hunisu, apni continue kore jao.
Hi. Namaskar. Respected all sir and madam. Allah, this is my first time GI. This is certificate. This Muga silk is only difficult is the GI on local and international buyers is problem. Local buyers problem this GI tag is not believed. This international buyer it believe the GI tag only. This all request my requested all the
Mr. Kalita, you are again muted. If you can see the microphone button, kindly click it to unmute. আপোনাৰ আকৌ মিউট হৈ গৈছে এবাৰ আকৌ স্ক্ৰীনখনত আপুনি এবাৰ টাচ কৰি পেলে বাটনটো টিপি দিয়কচোন যোনটো মাইক্ৰফোনৰ আছে Okay, we'll continue. We have been to his place actually, so he's having the technical problems. Now he's taking to his workshop at the back of his shop where actually weaving takes place. So maybe we can see some of his products out there. In Hualkusi, he has his home, and in his house, he had created a shop, and also the workshop is with him. Apuni ebar dekhai diokson. Yes, yes. So this is his workshop, and buyers can actually see how it is being made live there. And since he has got a workshop along with, yes, a halot actually muga already ase. So everyone can see the muga is already put into this loom, and it's in the midst of its weaving. And he had got almost like 10 looms out there. So this workshop is just behind him. So when especially the tourists come, he used to take them to this to show that it is being live, how it is made, and then it could be sold into his shop, which is just around his house. It is available. And Mr. Kalita, can you show some of your products? Apnar bhal bhal kiraman product dekhai diok. Amar microphone problem hoy ase, we can't hear you. But apni jodi kiraman product dekhai dia, moi apna koi di asu apna. Yes, this is a plain Muga silk fabric, and you can see his logo. can you? Yeah, this is also he had made an umbrella made of pure muga silk. He has got the GI logo there in addition to the silk mark logo. Benefit of this umbrella is that the UV absorption capacity, which is more than 80%. So instead of taking the synthetic umbrella, the black or white color, one can take this. It's also good as a fashion. There is a full suit he had made from him. And also new work he has been doing. He's been telling me about jewelry, where he had put muga silk into various jewelry parts. Yes, it's a hat made of muga silk too. And since it's a natural fiber, so wearing it, there is a tie also, as you can see. Yes, this is a shoe. It's a lady's shoe. He has innovated and he had put muga silk in it. So think about the naturally how muga silk has been used even in shoes, because it will give you good insulation as well as protection, just like the silkworm is protected by the cocoon. Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kalita. Thank you for showing. Sorry, but we cannot connect you. Maybe next time we'll connect you in a better way, and we hope you'll get a good Muga Silk future in the business. Thank you for associating with us. Thank you so much. So, dear participants, we will move to the final program of our schedule. Before going to it, I thank Ms. Deepamani Basha for her wonderful presentation on GI. And now we have with us a patentee of not only one but two patents which have been granted last year, Mr. Manoj Kumar Das. He is currently an executive engineer of Public Works our department, Govt of Assam, CSD from Territorial Road Division, Gopur. But even being in the government service and being a civil engineer, he has innovated a lot of products, lot of innovations, and from there, two of his innovations. One is the bamboo reinforced cement concreting, and the other is concreting over bamboo splits. He had applied to us for patent support. We did a search. We found that those were novel and new in the world, and accordingly, we had supported him to file the patent. And we are happy to share with you that these two patents have been granted last year, and so he's a proud patent owner. Here we are here to share. He will share with us about the commercialization, the experience, and since their domestic patents are very helpful to the country, especially for its economy, people like Mr. Das are boon to the eye industry. So here we are. We have Mr. Das here. So over to you, sir. Sir, you are not audible. Can you just check your microphone connection, sir? Sir, if you have any problem, you can kindly join from your mobile phone also. We can share the slides from here, sir. If you can join from your mobile phone, please.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible. If you can kindly turn off the laptop because it is creating some problem. Otherwise, you're very clear, sir.
I should stop the lab.
Laptop, yes, yes.
এইটো হোৱা নাই যোৱা নাই এইটো হোৱা নাই এইফালে তাত যোৱা নাই তাৰমানে ইয়াৰ পৰা কানেক্ট কৰিছে
Sir, you're still not audible from the laptop. If you can directly speak into the mobile, or if you can take the laptop away, then we'll be able to continue, sir. Yeah, kindly yeah. Okay, sir. We are ready.
Hello. It's echoing, Devnath.
Yes. Echo is because of your laptop. No, you are logged into 2 accounts. Sir, if you can please remove the laptop, then we can have you from the mobile. Mobile is okay. Laptop is not doing well.
Now it's audible, I think.
Yes. It's okay. It's okay, sir. You can continue.
Okay. Namaskar to everyone. And I am so much thankful for giving me the opportunity to be in this platform in the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And as you have already discussed this, we have got some patents in 2 inventions till now. That is, I am going to share my experience in regard to this. This is 2 domestic patents, and that is next. This I have got 2 technologies innovated. We have this is one is bamboo reinforced cement concreting, that is BRCC, which has granted patent 5373964, and in the same year I have got another patent also, which was applied in 1.5 years back, and that is one concreting over bamboo space, that is 384647, and bamboo reinforced cement concreting 373964. Now, before discussing about the technologies, I'd like to tell something about the might of the bamboo, the basic things which we are using to make low-cost construction with ecological benefits and sustainable development. And being basically a civil engineer, I feel always responsible to the distractions for every development, either substantial or nominal. And that is why most of the time I feel panic that how can we use the technologies which are sustainable and can save the planet also, can put some lifespan to the planet. And since the first quest was started in 2002 itself, that when I have seen some a lot of devastation of trees by using timber plank or timber shuttering props under a bridge construction. And I feel so much panic, and since then I was thinking about some substitute for these non-renewable things. And finally in 2010 or so, we have got these bamboo splits as a basic substitutes for these things. So bamboo is a very powerful not powerful actually. Bamboo is a very useful thing. About bamboo, I want to tell it is a very material which has tremendous economical advances when it is in full growth, and within very short time, in few years, within 4 or 5 years, it gets maximum mechanical resistance, and since it is a regenerating flora, and abundance in all the subtropical and tropical zones, regions around the globe, and being the mightiest and tallest grass, and having lesser economic value than the other construction material. And when we compare bamboo with its strength to weight ratio, then we can get it as the most beautiful, conversant building material. But the main problem is that it has a decaying effect when it is open to weather effects. So, but if bamboo is embedded or submerged underwater or earth or embedded within the concrete, then we see it has a tremendous durability, which has been already proved by some veteran engineers, including Khosrow Ghavami from Sao Paulo University of Brazil, who has done a lot of work in these regards. And next slide. In this graph, which has been designed by the Cambridge University, developed, considering modulus of elasticity, density, and with the relationship equal to E1 by 2 rho, they have developed such a module that they have proved that bamboo is the most most useful and most strongest material for building construction in comparison to any other material or alloy even. These graphs indicates that. Next. So emphasizing on the above facts, we have experimented with several type of prototype construction, and finally 2 technologies has innovated. And the main thing is how to concretize the bamboo. That was our main challenge. And in concreting our bamboo split, because the whole bamboo cannot be, it don't adhere to the concrete because of its slippery surface. But we have seen, then we have observed that the inner part of bamboo and bamboo fiber is equally have sufficient adhesion to the concrete. And that is the basic things we are using. And for these things, we have made some special mix of concrete by using different kind of admixture, as well as fibers also we are putting to have a conversion adhesion to the bamboo fibers. So our main thing is bamboo splits, which you can see like this. This is bamboo splits. It is obtained from bamboo by splitting, knitting over a big bamboo gum, and then we get these things. So here on this side, no adherence will be there, but on the other side, where these fibers and all these things, on the inside, this is adhered by concrete very nicely. So we have developed both the technologies on the basis of this particular property of bamboo. And first, we have developed concreting over bamboo splits for making cement concrete slabs by using lesser resources, construction resources like steel and concrete. In general, when we are making a slab, the thickness is more than 4 inches, but we have reduced it to up to 2.5 to 3 inches. And accordingly, we have saved around 50%, 30% of cost, 30% to 40% of cost in this way. It's not like that we are not using any steel, but it is a composite kind of thing, wherein we are here, you can see in this slide, there is some mesh reinforcement over the bamboo splits, which is already been laid as a in place of timber planks, which we generally use in case of slab casting. Next. So this is a close-up view, and we are putting the single reinforcement mesh over the bamboo split, which is laid over some already make casting situ or precast frames. And here you can see, and this is the lower part, and we are using the props and other supporting beams you are seeing, over which we are placing the bamboo splits, and then we put the mesh. Next slide. And next slide, and put the mesh, and finally we are concreting like this. And here there is a structure which was constructed in 2012. The first slab, the second slab we have done in 2012, the beginning of 2012, which is still sustaining. And this is the another which we are not using any reinforcing mesh. Instead, we are using a chicken net just to restrict the shrinkage effect of concrete. And it is quite lighter, and whenever we have to make sloped roof or arch roof, we are using this technique. Next slide. And this is another, this is the same, just a set we are making. And this is the method as per pattern specification in regard to concreting over bamboo splits, COPS. Here we first used to get the clean clumps of bamboo, of Bambusa belqua, that is Jati bamboo, and Bambusa Poluka bamboo, and Bambusa tulda, that is called Jati bamboo, which are most commonly obtained in Northeast, all over the Northeast area and in Southeast Asia as well. And after, the main thing is we have to get, for making the quality bamboo splits, we have to get first procure the matured bamboo of not less than 4 years of age, and which has shown its maturity by its properties. And then we used to make the splits by continuously hitting a bamboo comes with sharp tool and then opening it to splits. And you know that which we call mainly in Kadhoi or Jejela or Thukoni in this way, which are broadly used in Northeast area. So far I experienced. And then we make some provision to support the bamboo splits, for which a frame in any house there is requires and needs a frame. And over the frame, either in cast in situ or precast frame we used to use, and over that we put the bamboo splits after giving some supports, and then we place the steel mesh, single steel mesh of TMT reverse in case of horizontal slab, which takes the loads also. And in case of sloped or arc roof, we are using simply a steel wire mesh. And then we used to put concrete over it, as in normal case, but with a special mix and with special supervision. And this is the patent certificate for getting, innovating this concreting over bamboo splits. And next, when I was pursuing for the patent grant, and when we are pursuing for writing the patent specification with Mr. Siddhartha Devnath, he was a very special one for me, and I thank all ASTEC community, including all the officials, and with special thanks to Ranjit Burman sir also, who has now retired. And then someday he has asked me about that, Ranjit Burman, he has asked me, can we make another arrangement for by converting the steels of, eliminating the steels from conventional column or beams. Then again, we have started thinking, and finally, we have come up with this bamboo reinforced cement concreting technique, by which we used to make the frame comprising columns and beams accordingly. And over that, we used to put the bamboo splits again, and the earlier whatever we have said, that comes into effect. And in this bamboo reinforced cement concreting, we take a whole bamboo cum first, and over that bamboo cum, because bamboo cum, I have already told, cannot be adhered with concrete. So over that, we used to, the bamboo cum is wrapped with bamboo splits, and then we spiraled. This is a structure I am telling, in this structure, and this is the thing, which this is the inner bamboo cum, and over here that we are putting these splits, and then this is a curler we are using to hold the things integrated, and then we put either within minimum steel reinforcement case or without putting this, as per the demand of the structure. This is a footing for one construction of a two-story building we have made, and wherein we have put two bamboo reinforcement case together, and a very nominal reinforcement with 8 mm reverse, steel reverse, wherein minimum 16 mm to 20 mm reverse is required. We are just eliminating the huge amount of steel. This is bamboo reinforcement case with secondary reinforcement, steel reinforcement case. Next. Here also, this is a T frame or I frame construction, over which we are putting for making a precast I section. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is wherein we are putting double reinforcement case, bamboo reinforcement case, but without using any steel reinforcement case. However, some for joining, we are putting a very nominal amount of steel. This is the construction over the slab, which was casted on 2012, as I earlier spoken. Next slide. This is the patent certificate for BRCC, bamboo reinforced cement concreting. Next. And this is the method of as per patent specification we have made, and wherein first thing is procuring bamboo gum, mature bamboo gum of required size. As if the sizes is bigger, then it will and thicker, and that is better. And then we used to make bamboo gum. Then after preparing quality bamboo splits, and we used to put the bamboo splits around the bamboo gum, and then either within steel reinforcement case or without it, as per structural demand, we used to make the reinforcement case. Then after framing with proper, giving proper formwork, etc., we used to cast by concrete, which is very special mix, and then it remains quite everlasting. Next, if no water gets poured inside. Next slide. Yeah, benefits of COPS and BRCC. It is cost effective and lightweight. And then since bamboo has a piping effect and lightweight in comparison to other construction materials, conventional construction materials. That is why it is to some extent earthquake resistant, and which is locally available, and it is eco-friendly also. At the same time, it's a regenerating grass species, having better insulation and construction friendly because of its lightweight in comparison to other construction materials, and as well as energy efficient. In other words, BRCC and COPS following proper specification. If we go with proper specification and supervision work, we can have a very we can make good modern houses at a low cost, but as strong as durable as the conventional RCC. And at the same time, it ensures eco-friendly and resource-efficient construction with overall cost savings up to 40%. And our main thing is to promote bamboo as biosteel for sustainable development and growth, which reduce carbon emission also, carbon dioxide emission also, which has been reduced. And these are the merits, you can say, which is cost effective and eco-friendly RCC and PCC, just I have already told. And it is the main thing that timber is being replaced totally. And this is now we have made almost 5 to 6 houses with different utility. And this is a single room house I have made for one client, and with 14 by 12, around having 180 square feet of area. Next. And this is a gallery, one side of the roadside of the gallery, which we have used with we have constructed using these techniques. And while doing this, the ASTEC, I am so thankful to ASTEC for as they have given me some grant under the scheme of ITGA 2013 so far. And now this is being used for to enjoy the cultural programs and as well as the stalls. This is the inside of the gallery, and this is the other side of the gallery, and which is being used for local children to show them some cultural activities, whatever, and in that way. And this is a set, you can say, agricultural set over where the the paddy straws are there, which is a common thing in our village life. And under the set, we are proposed to use for a cow shed or goatry shed or poultry like this in front of the home. And this is a double-storied house we have made, and with the using the technique, everything here except the walls, but some of the walls also we have made with bamboo, duly plastered with mortar, and even the stairs also we are making with the same technique. And this is the inside upper side of the upper story room. And this is another house we have made for some client to give a two-room house with about an area of more than 300 square feet, but at a very nominal cost. However, here we are putting all the hollow brick walls, which can also be nominalized by using bamboo knitted one. And so this is the things. Thank you for your kind patience and sharing. And my contact number is 70024797778, and email is here manuskd@75@redditmail.com. So this is the journey, and this was a very interesting journey for me, and for which I like to thank more particularly the ASTEC officials and teams, and more particularly the officials like Devnath, Siddhartha Devnath, and other officials also. And regarding commercialization, we have to do a lot of things, and some dedicated effort with some experienced, trained, skilled person, for which I like all of your guidance, supports, and in time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sparing your time among your busy schedule. I know you have been busy with Har Ghar Tiranga programs, and you are in charge of the Govt division. So we all are busy, and so thank you for taking out the time and sharing your inventions. And I believe participants, if they want to construct their new houses or even shades and garages, you can contact sir, because he is into commercialization of those technology also. So we have come to the end of the technical session, and we'll close the program with a vote of thanks by Sri Devashish Datta, scientist BPIC ASTEC. He is one of the pillars of the PIC team, my wingman, and also very thorough with all the patent, GI, trademark, copyright, looking after the IPR cells, funds, and our great team member. So here we are, Mr. Devashish Datta, for the vote of thanks. Over to you.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Respected officials of Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, officials of various science and technology councils of the country, esteemed speakers, Honorable Director Madam, and officials from ASTEC and the participants. I am Devashish Datta. I am currently working as Scientist B in Patent Information Center of ASTEC. Today it is a matter of great honor for our Patent Information Center ASTEC to organize the celebration of Vigyan Utsav on the theme of intellectual property rights. PIC Assam was established in the year 2003 under the initiative of Patent Facilitating Center of Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. With the progress of time, the center has become an excellent support wing for the innovators of the state. Till now, we have filed more than 90 patents and conducted patent searches for more than 240 innovations, filed more than 60 copyright, trademark, and industrial designs. The center has created awareness among more than 67,000 participants in IPR through the organization of more than 300 workshops, seminars, IPR camps, etc. It is the registered proprietor of Northeast India's first GI, Muga Silk of Assam. For the excellent contribution of Patent Information Center ASTEC, it has been awarded as the best patent information center in the country in National IP Award 2020 by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. For the successful organization of today's program, first of all, I would like to thank the officials from Department of Science and Technology, Government of India for taking this wonderful initiative of Vigyan Utsav as a part of celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We would like to sincerely thank Dr. Devapriya Datta sir and Dr. Rasmi Sharma madam for their kind guidance. We also like to thank Sri Yaswandev Panwar sir from TIFAC DST for his continuous guidance. Secondly, we sincerely thank all the officials from various science and technology councils of the country for participating in today's program. We thank all the esteemed speakers of today's program for sharing their valuable experience and their thought-provoking talks. I would also like to offer my vote of thanks to our Honorable Director, Madam Srimati Kimni Sangson, for always being our guiding light. I would also like to thank our Head of Science and Technology and Environment Division, Dr. Jaideep Borwa sir, for his planning and guidance in organizing today's program. I would like to sincerely thank Sri Bivan Chandra Borwa, Scientific Officer, ASTEC, Sri Siddharth Devnath, Scientist C, PIC ASTEC, Srimati Dipamani Vaishya, Project Scientist, PIC ASTEC, Sri Rahul Tamoli, Project Scientist ASTEC, and Sri Subhankar Chaudhary, Project Scientist ASTEC, for their wholehearted effort in successful organization of today's program. Finally, I would like to thank the officials of the Council and the Department of Science and Technology, Government of Assam, for their help and support in organizing the program. Thank you everyone for participating in today's program and making it a grand success. With this, I conclude my vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Datta, for your vote of thanks. You are indeed a great team member, and also you have covered everything very clearly. Thank you for that. So we have come to the end of today's celebration, the final celebration of Vigyan Utsav by ASTEC, and I hope all the participants has got a good glimpse and also have benefited from the different lectures, different sharing of the information regarding IPR, the past, present, and the future. We hope in the future we will again meet and share the different achievements that we'll do till time then. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.